They're called elimination diets. Have you heard of these?
Yeah.
Cole?
Well, I think it's a very wise thing. Like, eliminate.
Is it to eliminate people?
No. Eliminate bad things, not people. I only bring that up because they say tan fat is better than pale fat. So if you're fat and you're tan, then it could have been cool, but...
I have no idea. I don't know on that.
Wait, what did you mean by that?
Well, no, is it?
Like
you
if
look
you're
better?
fat but you're tan, then it's like kind of okay. It balances it out.
Yeah,
But if you're fat and pale, then you're just
you're gross. Do you think Mountain Dew saved money by changing it to MTN instead of writing out Mountain?
I think it was just a branding move.
Yeah, but like, do you think they were like, we could save a lot of money if we
I
just
didn't
called
think
it
about that.
MTN Dew?
They can rent smaller billboards.
There's the treehouse in Ogden has like a replica old
No
office.
way.
Yeah.
That's dope. Treehouse in Ogden?
Yeah, it's the...
Is it a set?
No, it's like for kids. Like, it's a museum that kids like walk around. That like there's interactive stuff all over.
That would be sick.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like exact replica, but
Yeah.
it looks pretty close.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. The Oval Office is the one where the president always is like signing stuff,
I
right?
thought it wasn't the Octagon. I think that's
It
where
is when
most.
the-
I
that's
think like in America, the Octagon's like where most problems are solved.
You think so? I thought that's where they made the candy.
No. The Octagon. That's where it's done, right?
Are you lost? The Octagon?
Do you know what the Chaz? Why don't you introduce yourself?
The Octagon? I have no idea.
No.
Oh, the Pentagon. I was thinking the Pentagon. All right, I'm Chaz. What's up?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Chaz, what do you do?
What do I do? Freak. Right now I'm living in my mom's basement. Just kidding. It's upstairs.
That's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Freak. I grew up doing concrete, flipped cars in high school to make some money. I won a few events doing burnout contests.
Dang.
I didn't know that they were.
Contests?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah.
I could have
There's
done
like
really well.
rednecks. There's rednecks who build up trucks and they go and do burnouts or cars or whatever.
Do you just lose a tire or two when you do that?
That's the goal. The goal is to blow a tire.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dang.
I
What,
did it once.
Do you like prep the tires before so that way they purposely blow, or do they like measure them? Is it like really scientific? Do they get in and be
No.
like, no, you have so
Nope.
much tread?
They're literally like, how do I explain this?
However you want to.
It's like high schoolers. Like, I don't know. Did you guys have burnouts that happened in your high school parking lot?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
the
definitely.
marks.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like that's the brain capacity needed. So you just whatever freaking tires you have, and then you just freaking let it eat. So you just there is a technique to it.
Like how to burn out physically.
Right. So what I did with my vehicle, I was buying and selling a lot of cars, so I'd get free tires. So I just had a buttload of free tires. Most of them, they were okay tread, and I would just run them until they blew up. And when I started to get more serious about it, I ended up buying these tires from Australia that were colored, so it would burn out a special color, like whatever color you picked.
Onto the.
Oh, so you went
Concrete?
In the smoke.
you went legit with this.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so I did Logan's run. This was 2019. I was 17 or 18 at the time. But there was like 50 cars there. They were all doing their burnouts. And in Taylorsville, I'd just done a burnout that was insane. The color of the smoke was blue and red. And everyone was trying to like replicate this for this next burnout event. And so what they were doing is they were getting like baby powder that was colored or something. And they'd put it on their tires. The first like half a second, it would smoke that color. And then it would all just be white. And then I roll up and mine's just freaking blue. And on top of that, I made my motor was making 600 plus horsepower. So it was making quite a bit of power.
It's a lot of horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was making 600 to the tire on a dyno in Las Vegas in 100-degree weather. So it was making some pretty good power.
It's dope.
And I do the burnout. I get into third gear. My mile per hour gauge was like 150 miles an hour. So in this, it was getting there quick. So my smoke was just so thick that you couldn't see the crowd. And the smoke ended up like migrating to the main road and shut the main road down. And so it was just like
Blue smoke.
Yeah, this was all blue.
No way. Is
Yeah.
it true when there's smoke like that from tires that you can get high the same way you can with Sharpies?
I don't know. It's
Did you not inhale it?
Yeah, did you not get high on your own supply?
No, it wasn't necessarily a high. If you're not used to tire smoke smell, it smells terrible.
Yeah.
When you start doing these burnout contests, you like associate it with like winning. So like the smell of burnout tires just smells like the first
Like
time.
winning?
Yeah.
Do you win money?
I did. Yeah, I did win money.
Like substantial money or like $50, $100?
Honestly, I wish it was more. It was like the max I ever made was like $600 in a set of tires. So, but,
Made back the tires you burned out.
right. But these tires when I ended up getting to the really expensive ones, they were like $600 a tire. So
Gosh. Dang.
Yeah,
Wow.
apparently you can get red, green, blue, or purple smoke from specific tires. And the burnout can reach temperatures of over 400 degrees.
Wow.
No way.
Wow. I
What
did,
a- what
I did
about
not
black
even know that there
tires?
was burnout culture,
oh yeah,
Burnout culture.
yeah.
especially in
Florida.
the mean streets of Utah.
Florida, Texas,
Okay.
Utah. It's a weird crowd in Utah. If you want to get like rowdy, you go to Florida or Texas.
Seems like where that would
Yeah,
happen
yeah,
more.
I could see that happening.
I'm sure that culture is a lot smaller in Utah compared to other
Yeah,
places.
no, it definitely is. Like I was really the only. I mean, I was a car nerd in high school, and I was like the only kid who drove an old square body to
Really?
school. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think there was a few other kids, but I dailied my square body. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
Dang.
Where I'm at now, I ran a pressure washing business for 3 years.
Back to you.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
so.
Oh no! If you guys have more questions, go for it. I
Oh
love
no
answering
It's
questions.
this is your podcast.
That's the
man.
most I've ever learned about burnout.
I've never
Oh, yeah.
knew.
Especially in one day, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so the black tires. You asked about black
Yeah.
tires. I don't know why, but it turns white. So most tires that you see.
I was being stupid.
Yeah, I don't know if they make black. Like if it
Black
turns black.
smoke.
Black
Yeah.
smoke
Oh,
could.
interesting.
You know what they say? Where there's smoke,
There's a fire.
yeah, and there could be a fire, and I think that would be. If we saw black smoke, the fire department would come.
Yeah. No, I've had that happen. Yeah.
From doing burnouts?
No. So well, this is another funny story. So
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I was 15 or 16 at the time, and my parents had just moved into a new house, and
Were you living with your parents then?
I was
as well?
14. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So, and I grew up. I was doing concrete with my dad, and my dad.
Did he make you pay rent?
No, never.
Okay.
What a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably should have, but
At 14.
Does that mean he loved you or didn't love you?
I think he was just too consumed with his business to care.
Okay.
But
He didn't see the business opportunity in charging his son rent at 14? That's silly. I would have done that.
and nothing against him. I just don't think he had the capacity to even think about that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not saying he's dumb, but he was just so focused on the business.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's got to build a
Yeah.
business.
Yeah. So, but anyways, we had an excavator on our property, and one day I just decided I was going to have a massive bonfire 30 feet away from our house. And so I dug probably a 4-foot deep hole. In my dad's shop, there was a fiber optic company that laid fiber optic pipe, and it's a big orange pipe that's, I don't know, maybe 2 inches. He would throw these away and he'd just leave them everywhere. He'd have a 10-foot section that you can't use, so he'd just throw them away. So I ended up grabbing one, brought it home, I buried it underneath the pit, and I hooked a hairdryer up to it and duct taped it, and all the freaking wood I could find, I threw into this pit, and I lit it on fire. I let the fire get going a little bit, and then I turned on the hairdryer, and just a freaking 3-foot round thing of black smoke just goes straight up in the sky for like 5 minutes straight.
Oh, dang.
So the fire was like 6 feet tall, and then it was just all black smoke. It was insane. So
Everyone was calling the fire department.
there was people showing up at our house with like fire extinguishers because they thought our house was on fire.
Well, good neighbors.
Yeah, no, it was like,
Yeah.
but I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I'm like, guys, I got this.
At 14, I feel like nothing's a big deal.
I think I might have been 16 at this time. I don't know. I was somewhere in there. I think I was 16 actually, because this was in high school. Then the fire department ends up showing up, and I was like, "Who called?" They're like, "We could see it." Like they're a mile away. They're like, "We could see it
They
from where
knew.
we were," and I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
"That's crazy." And they're like, I didn't get like any in trouble or anything, but they're just like, "Yeah, don't have fires that are that big."
Nice.
So, but yeah, black smoke does attract cops or fire department.
Dang.
I hope it would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're doing their job.
Yeah, they are.
White smoke.
Do you
is
think
like,
that they have a guy that like sits on top of the fire department and like just
like waiting.
scans? Like he just looks for fires?
I don't know. I bet they're all sleeping. Trying to, anyways.
Yeah.
Probably
I mean,
overworked.
I feel like if they did have that, they'd have like a crow's nest or something, you know?
They don't?
I don't know. I haven't looked on top of fire departments lately.
I guess we need
I
to.
think we just have this amazing technology where like we can pick up this little square thing and call in.
Well,
I think that's what they do nowadays, but
when you put it that way, it makes us sound stupid.
Yeah. That sounds silly. Yeah. I'm just looking for fires.
no, I don't. That's probably what they did back in the old days. Well, dude, you freaking see a big old smokestack. You're like,
Well, but that's also how they communicated
What
too.
if that's a burnout, you know?
Or what if that's just communication?
True.
Wasn't like the most primary form of communication
for Indians.
Native Americans?
Wait, what?
For Native Americans,
What's the primary source of communication?
smoke signals.
Oh.
Yeah, they would like hold it over the fire.
I thought it was like messenger pigeons.
I think we're talking about different centuries.
Oh, did they not have pigeons in America back then?
No.
Were they not invented at that point?
I thought it was like where they had the horses with like the paper. They'd like.
Well, that's how like Wells Fargo started, you know?
Wells Fargo?
Yeah.
You just throw some money on the back of a horse?
Yeah, and they ride it around. But anyways, Chaz, so you went from doing burnouts in high school, making a little bit of money, concrete business at 14, then to pressure washing.
Well, I guess I kind of skipped a step. So at 18, 19, I served a mission. So
Very cool. Where'd you go?
Chile, Concepcion. So it's terrible.
Sabla?
What?
Guess not.
Se habla?
Yep.
Are you the smoke signal thing?
Yep.
They did use smoke signals,
They
but
did.
mostly also just letters and correspondence.
Okay. So
Oh,
I
I thought
don't want to
paper wasn't
capitulate and say I
invented.
was wrong. So I'll say we're both right.
Sure.
Okay? Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
Agree to agree.
Agree to agree. Love it. Okay, Chaz, so you served a mission in Chile. How was that? And what time frame was that during? Like, so we have a reference.
Yeah, so this was during COVID. So COVID had happened. I kind of delayed putting my mission papers in. I waited for a year. Like my dad's business was kind of iffy at this point. It was really exciting, his business at that time, just because I had a whole bunch of my friends working with me, and I kind of didn't want to let it go. And I had probably 5 vehicles at the time. Like life was good.
Yeah.
And setting aside everything to serve a mission was kind of hard. But once I made the decision.
Isn't that the purpose?
Yeah.
To like put aside all your things and then
Yeah.
serve.
For some people, it's harder than others.
Yeah.
The good thing is, at least when you're 18, you don't have very much. You know?
Yeah.
Like, imagine leaving when you're like 35.
Right.
Got to go on mission.
Yeah.
4 kids, full-time job. No, 18 months. I'm taking.
Yeah.
Like, it just would be way less. Do you think more people would do missions or less
If
you had to do it when you're 35?
I don't even think it makes sense at that point. Unless they're like single.
That's
But
true.
Yeah. Yeah, but then like that's another 18 months that they're not going to be able to procreate. So
True.
I feel like that's also not, you know.
I mean, I think what it comes down to like is if they have the desire to serve. So if they have the desire to serve, then I think at any age point it's fine.
I agree.
And I don't think you have to go to a dedicated mission in order to serve.
My wife makes fun of me because I call it on mission.
You
Yeah.
do call it.
I'm like, oh, you went on mission?
On
And
mission.
they're like looking at me and like, did you? I was like, I went on a lot of missions. And then
Yeah.
I feel like we miss each other.
Little bit.
Chaz, I we brought you on. You're an interesting person, and I think you have a lot of experience for being very young. I think you're what, 23, 24 years old?
23. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. You're obviously incredibly intelligent. But we wanted to talk about like the health aspects, and we think
Sick.
like the things that you do, which you call biohacking.
Yeah, that's like the general term.
Biohacking?
Is it
Yeah.
kind of a, what's it called when it's like a popular word to say?
Trendy.
Term.
Yeah, it's like a
A niche term.
kind of, yeah. But I feel like there's certain words or terms that are like a little bit overused or like. Does that do?
Can
do
you
know what I'm
can you
saying?
give me an example?
Are you thinking like taboo?
No, not quite taboo. It's
Like can you give me a term like would Riz be one?
yeah, kind of. But I feel like there's certain like groups of people or phrases that are like really
Industry knowledge.
Yeah,
industry terms.
yeah, they're like industry terms, but they're also like kind of trendy to say. Like I feel like if you said biohacking like 30 years ago, they would have been like, "What the frick are you talking about?" Does that make sense?
I'm lost, but
I don't know. I feel like I've heard biohacking, but it also sounds kind of like a word that would be used by people who don't know what it means. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
like people in the know would
Yeah.
never say that.
Yeah.
But people on the fringe would be like, "Oh, biohacking."
Yeah.
Like when people call like hacking a computer, like, "Oh, can you hack a computer?"
Yeah.
And then, but hackers aren't like, "Oh, I'm a hacker."
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Anyways, there's a word for it.
You know, something we like to do on Politik is we like to sit down and we like to break bread with our guests.
oh, sweet.
So like, and we obviously believe in being healthy. Like if you look at me, look at Cole, look at yourself, we're clearly healthy men and women. Riley's very healthy too. Allegedly. Her blood test will come back next week and
Then we'll
and then
find
we're
out
yeah,
for
then we'll
sure.
find out for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. I think her A1C
If she's
could
a
be.
healthy man.
Well, a healthy woman.
Oh, okay.
I think it's all
I
the
didn't
same.
I'm
know.
not supposed to tell him until later in the podcast.
Oh. Stupid.
Oh yeah.
Dang it.
So, anyways, Chaz, what we have here, and we've got some fruit jerky. Got that for you. You should try some. We also got you an assortment of drinks, and they're all organic drinks because I think health is like very important, and like not enough people take their health seriously. I think so many people in today's day and age, and jump in whenever you feel, Chaz, but so many people today just don't put health as like at a premium, and I think that they're too busy focusing on all convenience or taste or whatever.
Yeah.
Those things clearly are gonna kill us, and I think that you actually opened up my eyes a few weeks ago when you were talking about like some of the things that you do, and it's like really guided me for the better, I'd say. But anyways, I wanted to, we've got some organic lemon water. It's watermelon lemon water. Who'd like this one? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you can take that. And then Cole, I got you mango clementine.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna drink on some cucumber watermelon. I think it's just,
I love it.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm curious if we can talk about some of the ingredients in these things because obviously these are called organic and we think they're totally organic, but I'm curious if there's anything you know from these that isn't good for you. Like ingredients wise.
yeah, should we go line by line?
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm actually very sure.
Well, from what I noticed right away, it's very low calorie,
There you go.
which honestly, anything this low calorie, in my eyes, which, I mean, freak, who am I? I don't think there's going to be anything that's like crazy unhealthy in here.
Get closer to the mic.
But what I like in here, the reverse osmosis water, I like that.
What does that even mean?
Reverse osmosis.
So that's what at my house. When you drink water at my house, it's all RO.
Oh, you have the specialty water?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, so reverse osmosis is just a process of filtering the water. It uses a combination of like a membrane as well as like other filters. So they filter it down with like carbon filters and different, I can't remember the term, but they're like fiber filters that get certain particle sizes out of the water. Once you get like the organic matter or like the carbon matter, which is like, I don't know, 20 micron above out, or it's probably smaller than that, 5 micron above, then it goes through a membrane where it's literally just, it's very close to pure water on the other side.
Chaz, for reference, what's the size of COVID?
What's the what?
The size of COVID?
What do you mean?
How many microns?
Of COVID?
It
I
is
have no
COVID?
idea.
Oh.
That's a virus. So,
Can we look up the size of COVID in microns?
but yeah, so reverse osmosis will filter out minerals, like it
Like all the healthy stuff too. So like
Yeah.
the issue with RO water is that you're taking all the good stuff along with the bad out of it. So
So
you
do you
need
have to
have
add stuff back in?
Yeah, you need to add stuff back in.
Do you do that? Does your house do that on its own, the way that it's set up? Or
No, we have it the way it's set up. Our only certain water points in our house use RO. So only where you'd grab, so from our refrigerator or from our like drinking fountain portion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's where you'd get the RO water. The rest of the water in my house is like quadruple filtered and ran.
Did you say
through.
it was soft water?
Yeah, and it's soft. So
Yeah.
did you like it?
The reverse water?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I drink.
Yeah.
But I tried to, anyways. But the soft water is cool. What it does is it replaces all the minerals that are in the water with sodium, not salt.
Yeah.
It's just sodium.
Okay.
So it gets rid of a lot of the harsh things, like for your hair and whatnot. So it's just a more pleasant experience showering.
It is, yeah.
Have you guys drank from a well before?
Oh yeah.
That has like everything good in it for you, right? For the
Well, I
most
guess
part?
it depends on the ground that it comes
That's
from.
fair. But like most wells outside of the city.
I would say like just the freaking a way to know exactly what's in your water is to get it tested. There's a test kit. I'm sure there's one on Amazon. I don't know if we're linking below, but I'm sure you could get a water test kit and it'll tell you everything that's in it. It's like a blood analysis, but for your water. But some of the biggest things that people dislike in water is fluoride.
Yeah.
It does have
So weird. We were just talking about fluoride the other day.
yeah, so it can lower your IQ.
Weren't you saying you drink straight fluoride
Yeah.
on some days?
Uh-huh.
It's crazy.
What?
Well, what about your IQ though?
The effects are like negligible, I think.
So the size of a COVID virus is typically 0.06 to 0.14 microns. So the average particle size is 0.1, which in comparison to like a
Should try this.
human hair strand
Yep.
is 70 microns wide.
Okay.
So a COVID virus is 0.1, which is the same as if a human hair were the width of a football field. The COVID virus would be about the size of a marble on that field.
Okay. So I think we should just solve it right now. I mean, do we think masks stop COVID?
Stop.
Yeah, like prevent other people from getting it.
Can you only get it through your mouth and nose, like inhalation?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was also like,
Touch,
yeah,
right?
liquids.
Yeah, liquids, yeah.
I just think it's like it signifies that you're dignified, I guess, like is what it comes down to now. Like if you continue to wear them, I think there's no scientific backing behind the use of them to prevent anything.
Yeah, so we're really not like, we think Fauci was kind of like misleading us.
Yeah, but I mean that was a scary time. That was a really scary time where
Who do we look to, you know?
yeah. Well, I
Jesus.
think at the time it was. I think it was fine. Like I didn't like wearing the mask. Like in Chile, there was a strict culture of like
Why do you say it like that?
how
Chile?
Chile?
I don't know.
Oh, is that the way it's supposed to?
I don't know.
We've been calling it chili for a long time.
Oh, that's a restaurant.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, welcome to Chili's.
Welcome to Chile's.
Welcome to
Did I say
Chile.
it funny? Chile? Yeah. Well, it's because
No, Chile.
Spanish and the Chile.
Oh, se habla?
Poquito. A little bit.
¿Qué tú
Ahora
sabes
sí.
de eso?
Huh?
Never mind. You should try this crunchy kale. It's, I think, like it represents everything that I think Americans should put in their bodies.
This?
Yeah. It's
You
called
think all
vampire-
Americans should be vegetarians?
I didn't say only,
Oh.
but like they should put this in their body along with other things. What do you think, Chess?
I think there's just a certain amount of micronutrients you need. There's macro and micronutrients.
Yep.
And then there's fiber. So like you have like the basic core elements down here. I think this may provide some of those micronutrients, but I think you can get most of them through a multivitamin.
There you go. I think, so do you think all this organic mumbo jumbo is just BS?
No, I definitely do think there's a quality increase in it.
This is good.
I was just going to say, this is really good.
Yeah, here.
But I do also think it is a marketing thing, like they label it.
It's not really athletic.
Sorry.
But like for instance with milk, like you get organic milk versus like Walmart milk, there is a taste difference. Now, is there going to be a difference in how you feel? I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's going to affect your body that much.
I mean, when you when you see, like if you see an ad for tirzepatide, right? I just saw one last night, and it had the different, like how much people lost or whatever. The placebo, they still lost like 7 to 10 pounds.
Yeah. No, there definitely is a placebo with the organic.
So like just knowing that you're putting something better, if you think it's better in your body. Do you think the same thing is like the contra is true? So like if you know you're putting heroin in your body, like not only is heroin bad for you, but like because
feel worse?
There's
feel
like
worse.
the social stigma around it. Pro heroin.
I don't think we should make people feel bad for being on heroin.
Yeah.
No, but I think like just like the stigmatism around it, like, and obviously it's not a.
There's stigmatism.
Is it what
It's stigma.
The stigma around it?
Yeah, or stigmata
Stigmata around it.
is the way. Yeah.
The stigma around it.
Yeah, and astigmatism is an issue with the eye.
Right.
Stigmatism around it.
That.
I like but I also like stigmatism, so I think we should continue
That's
to use
funny.
it. Yeah.
Well, it's an ism, anyways. But
Stigmatism.
yeah, it sounded right. I thought I was.
No, I think it's right.
But no, what I'm saying is that sometimes, freaking, what was I saying? There's a stigma around certain things.
Yeah.
Like obviously, there's a positive stigma around organic. Like when I started my first health journey, I was eating all organic stuff. Now, I don't think I recommend it for young kids because it's really expensive. It's really expensive. So I don't think that the return on investment is worth it.
For young kids, like do you mean like 7-year-olds and 8-year-olds that don't have jobs?
I think
if
as
they
a
have a lemonade
parent, you should provide that. But if you're
So for your children, would you provide? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but if, as a parent, would you provide your kids like organic foods?
well, I guess we got to get into what's organic. I would just make sure that they have the proper micro and macronutrients, and that their blood work looks good.
Do you think like as a parent, it's important to track those things inside your children?
Blood work?
Yep.
Yeah. There's I think there's a lack of data around what is healthy when it comes to blood work. Also, there's like not standards with blood work type. So there's different ways to test certain parameters of blood work, and there isn't like a standardized, like you have to get this one in today's healthcare in America. We're really a like treat the symptom and not get to the root of it.
Yeah. Is that what led you to your health journey? You know, like I said, here on
Pain.
Politik, we're really passionate about health, and I think like we want to show our viewers, we want to show the people watching this, like we take this as a priority, and it's like the most important thing. And I'm laughing because I feel like America just doesn't really believe that health is important until they're in pain, and like you said, so pain led you to your. Would you say you had different episodes of health journeys, like, and where you're at now is very different from where you started? And can you kind of like walk us through like what those are and why you did it?
Looking back at my life, just as a young kid, like 6, 7, all the way to 10, I couldn't breathe through my nose. And I probably sound nasally right now, but I had to get multiple nose surgeries to like go in and waller my nose out. I can't remember the surgery name, but it was deviated septum, that surgery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's called a nose wallering.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. You didn't make that up?
Nose wallering.
No.
Yep. They make it a really fancy name so they can charge a lot. But
Those doctors.
yeah.
What do they know?
I'm joking.
Yeah. What do they know? Waller my nose and get out of here, bro.
But what caused all of that? Honestly, it was just inflammation in my what's it called? I can't remember the system's name, but
Like autoimmune system? Because that almost sounds like an autoimmune disease.
well, it was just my body couldn't handle or process all the terrible foods I was eating. Like my diet at this time consisted of like peanut butter and jellies with like Grandma Sycamore's bread.
What's Grandma Sycamore's bread?
Is that
It's the good bread.
It's from his grandma.
it's at Walmart? It's the best bread ever. It's what
Your grandma's name is Sycamore?
No, it's at Walmart.
Okay.
Like honestly,
I was like, wow, what a name.
most sacrament bread is Grandma Sycamore's bread.
Oh, it is? I've never done that.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
that's a Utah
typical
thing.
Utah
Yeah.
bread.
Okay.
It's basically
If anyone makes you a sandwich in Utah, it's probably Grandma Sycamore's.
So I should definitely go and take the
basically
sacrament.
candy.
Yeah, just to try the bread.
Yeah,
But
if you,
since
like
we
if you
don't-
want to feel terrible, just like strictly eat that with like peanut butter and jelly.
You know, like Hawaiian sweet roll?
Yep.
It kind of is like that with sugar content.
Okay.
It tastes amazing.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Should you eat it though?
Yeah.
Do you think that's why you guys like take it every Sunday?
No, I think it's an easy grab.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Convenient.
neither of us have had, like fast food or sugar in the last 5 years, so I think that probably wouldn't be the best for us.
Yeah. I agree. Like, I don't want to put that in my body. I think it's like, but I'm curious, like the draw that it brings. Do you think like there are people that are like pre-diabetic that their wives watch what they eat all the time and then they go take the sacrament and he's like, I'm getting my fix in?
Nah.
Not enough.
On fast
I bet that
Sunday,
exists.
on fast Sunday, I'm like, let's go. Got a little bit of food in me.
Yeah.
Piece of bread.
A piece of bread. Okay, so at 8, 9, 10 years old, Grandma Sycamore's bread, peanut butter and jelly. I mean, I think we all grew up on PB&Js. Like, is there something like wrong with that?
Just
Or you're talking about like overall sugar content?
just,
and, like,
just how my body reacted to it. So
Yeah.
most average Americans, they can live on that diet and not have serious pain. Like there may be pain, but it may just be their normal.
And you're talking like from your gut biome, like pain is like radiates from that. Like that is the central.
I wouldn't say like in the moment pain. Like it was tolerable. Like I tolerated it, but I did have stomach pain. I was just inflamed. Like I couldn't breathe through my nose.
How did you figure out what to do about it? Because most people's solution wouldn't be, oh, it's the food I'm eating that everyone else also eats.
Yeah. So what ended up like and I wasn't driving any of the finding out my health at this time. It was all my mom. So we did a.
What's your mom's name?
Stephanie.
Shout out to Stephanie.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, respect.
Link in bio.
Yeah.
No. Nope. So we did an allergy test. Now this wasn't the right test at the time, but it did lead us to find out that my body just doesn't react well to modern American foods. Now I think I just have more.
Traditional American foods though, you're good with?
Well, I guess the more like.
Like I'm being, I was kind of being funny, but I'm being serious. Like if you had like Native American fry bread or whatever, and it was made, or like if you had a tortilla, did I say it right? Tortilla.
Tortilla.
Chile. Yeah. Anyway, so if you had like tortillas made like out of straight like mesa, like did you find that your body responded better to those kinds of food versus like the terrible processed foods that we eat?
So what ended up happening from that allergy test is we cut out so many foods.
Your whole family or just you?
Just me.
Okay.
Just me.
Was that torture watching them eat? Like, you know.
The first day that it was like you're on this hard diet, I would literally went like a day without eating, and I was so hungry that my mom bought rice milk and rice checks because like rice was like the only thing I could eat according to this.
They're called elimination diets. Have you heard of these?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I think it's a very wise thing. Like eliminate.
Is it to eliminate people?
No. Eliminate bad things,
Oh.
not people. Okay. I could see how you get confused, but no. Essentially, and correct me if I'm wrong, Chaz, an elimination diet is what we use, and mainly it's used by internal medicine doctors and nutritionists to cut out all the bad things that you're eating, or all the things you're eating, and then put you on specific diets, and then monitoring your symptoms from there, right? And
Yep.
then that's how you determine like what is good in your body and what's not good in your body.
It's basically, yeah, elimination.
The process
That makes
of
sense.
elimination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Have you guys
weakest
heard
link.
about RFK's new, like, the food ban that he's going to try and
Let's hear
instill?
about it.
Well, so he's for sure trying to get rid of the red 40 in U.S. foods, but there's also like yellow 5, yellow 6, blue 1, 2, green 3, citrus red, and orange B. And there's also all these other chemicals that
They're already
being
banned
added
in
they're-
Canada, right?
Yeah, they're banned in Canada. You look at Fruit Loops from America versus like the UK or something, and it's like gray compared to what we have. All of our food
Fruit
is super.
Loops are gray in other countries?
Well, just
They're
because
just
no
like-
one's dyeing it. Like, we add so much
That's
dye to our
crazy.
foods, and it's linked to, like, hyperactivity in kids, ADHD. There's, like, concerns about genetic defects and like, DNA damage and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, if you're
America's
worried about
food
things like
is trying to kill our kids.
But do you
basically.
think the damage has already been done? It's like, what's the point of even trying?
Well, I think for the kids that grew up eating it, probably. I mean, I think we see
I mean, we're halfway there.
such a big
Screwed.
increase in
Yeah.
ADHD.
But like, when's the last time we ate fast food?
Like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. Like, you know, I'm gonna be good. My family's gonna be good.
Yeah, but oh
like,
my gosh, you see these kids out,
for sure.
popsicle dye all over their face.
Yeah. Sounds terrible. Yeah. Red 40. Do you think we should ban? Like, do you feel?
Red 40 made me like, so my favorite when I was a kid was strawberry milk with a bunch of freaking Red 40.
Strawberry.
favorite
Wait,
too.
like Nesquik?
Mhm.
I have some of that at home,
Sick.
Yeah, you should. We should.
but
get rid
I
of that.
love it. Is that bad?
Well, I think this is just my general rule of thumb. I think that we should try to aim to get 80 to 90% of our diet clean, and then the rest of the 10 to 20% can be.
Whatever you feel.
I think so.
So as this journey went along and you guys figured out, you know, you did the elimination diet, you started with rice, and then I'm sure it progressed and progressed. When did you notice a regression of your symptoms of the pain?
It was probably within less than 6 months, but I lost a lot of weight. I got really skinny, but not good. So I got really skinny. I felt better. My mood was way better.
Was it summer or was it winter when this happened?
It was during my 5th grade year. So
The whole year, the whole time. I only bring that up because they say, you know, tan fat is better than pale fat. So if you're fat and you're tan, then it could have been cool. But
I have no idea. I don't know on that. But
Wait, what did you mean by that?
well, no, is it?
Like
you look
if you're
better?
fat but you're tan, then it's like kind of okay. It balances it out.
Yeah,
But if you're fat and pale, then you're just.
you're gross. Yeah.
yeah.
Is that not true?
I mean, I've heard it. I've also heard like you can be fat and nice, but not fat and mean.
Yeah, I don't know any mean fat people. Actually, my dad. Yeah, we should. Yeah. No, we're not gonna cut that out.
Link
but
to his dad below.
Yeah, link in bio. Link in bio. Yeah, no. So as it like progressed, like how instrumental was like physical fitness, and what you're putting in your body? Like when did you realize like, okay, I have figured out this diet. I'm feeling better, but I need more. Like I need to go to the next level with this. Because you're obviously really skinny, and then you know.
So at,
continue
like
from
around
there.
16, when I started working a little more, I was working a lot on cars as well as construction. I went to the construction lifestyle, which is pizza and fast food.
And white monsters.
I didn't drink energy drinks at the time,
Okay.
but I was a Mountain Dew, Mountain freaking Dew. That was like my go-to drink. So from like
You would do the do.
Oh yeah, yeah. I ended up getting an ulcer in my throat because I drank so much Mountain Dew.
Oh, what? An ulcer?
Yeah, an ulcer.
How
Yeah,
do you get an ulcer from Mountain Dew?
because it's super acidic.
That's crazy.
Like I was drinking a 12-pack a day of Mountain Dew.
Wow.
But so she's got.
Diet.
That's
Oh,
fine.
no, yeah.
No, this was
Do you-
like
is it okay if we have that in the room, or should we take it out?
Mountain Dew. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if because you're recovering.
Well,
Let me apologize on behalf of her.
Yeah, we're
for the Mountain
sorry.
Dew, oh, I don't care. What? This is fine.
Yeah, that was rude. Oh,
That's my guilty pleasure.
yeah, I'm
But
very
like
disappointed.
now, from that experience of drinking so much Mountain Dew, in the moment I didn't realize I felt like crap, but I felt like crap. But I didn't realize it. Like
Yeah.
that was just normal. And then that kind of persisted for like 3 years. I went on my mission. I kind of figured out like I feel like crap, and I was eating freaking candy bars, and I got to like I think 250 pounds on the mission. I'm 240 right now.
For reference,
But-
can you give your height in inches?
Inches, like foot and then an inch.
Yeah.
6'7".
Oh, I meant like total.
I don't know.
6 times 12.
96. I don't know what it is. 72. What is that? 78? Is it 78 inches?
79.
69.
Dang.
Checkmate. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, so Chaz is really tall, and I think that's
Yeah, I'm
important.
freaking
So if he
tall.
says like 280 pounds, you're like, whoa.
No, well, people didn't look at me and like, he's fat. But
Exactly, but you knew that you were big.
yeah, I was big. Yeah, I have a picture of like me. My mission president was like 6'2". I have a picture next to him, and I'm just like towering over him.
Yeah, when we stopped eating fast food, I lost so much weight. I was 247 pounds, and now I'm
Dang.
198 pounds.
Good job.
Yeah, so
Good job.
from like cutting that out of my diet pretty much.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy how quickly you can get calories in, because it's just they design it to taste so freaking good, and how they do that is they.
I mean, you don't think our kale tasted so freaking good?
I wouldn't eat it.
You
but,
wouldn't?
Really?
You don't think it's healthy?
Like as a snack?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about sustenance.
You don't have to be a vegetarian to like kale.
Sometimes it's nice to just have like something crunchy.
I have a what are they called? They pistachios? Yeah, I have pistachios and beef jerky.
But I heard,
That's like my go-to.
did you try our pineapple jerky? Oh, you should try it while we're talking. No, just to promote, healthy activities.
Yeah.
I think, nuts have a lot of estrogen in them.
Really?
Yeah, are you worried about that?
No. Estrogen?
Yeah.
Like
Can we get
they're estrogenic? Like do they?
I don't know that your progesterone is going to go higher and you'll get pregnant.
Okay,
I mean,
we're saying a lot of big words. Can we explain them for the people who don't know what those are?
Estrogen?
Yeah.
The people being Cole.
Yeah.
Well, estrogen's it's a male and a female hormone. So it's found in both females and males. It's commonly like attributed to like the female hormone,
Okay.
but it's actually important to male health as well.
Okay.
So you don't want crazy low estrogen, but you don't want crazy high either.
So you need both.
Yeah, you need like testosterone, estrogen.
So you're saying women have a lot of estrogen, and you're also saying men also need a lot of estrogen.
Well, just a healthy range. So there's a range of what's considered healthy. What's up, little dude?
I feel like Boomer wants to be introduced.
Yeah. Everybody, this is Boomer. Boomer's my service dog.
Born in 1930.
Yeah, that's why we call him Boomer. He's actually trained to apply pressure. He's my PTSD dog. And so what he does is he applies pressure to people that he thinks are having
I could be.
a little, like if your blood pressure starts to go up a little bit, you experience a little tachycardia, maybe somatic responses would be like sweaty palms.
Dude, I'm always in tachycardia.
Yeah, he'll notice that, and then he'll come put
excited.
pressure on you in order just to bring it down for you. Yeah, you don't have to move. His whole job is to just be there to make you feel better.
Do you feel better now?
I don't know. I wasn't feeling bad before.
Oh, that's good.
Well, maybe you don't know that you were feeling bad, but do you believe that he can sense if you're feeling bad before you could?
Do I believe it?
Yep.
Maybe you're about to feel bad.
And he knows.
Freak.
And
I
so-
don't know.
Have you ever asked yourself that before?
I guess I can believe it, but I don't know. I don't know the senses of dogs. I don't know how he would go about deciding that.
Think he can smell it?
I don't know if
Do you think they can hear? Do you think they can hear your heartbeat? And they're like, "Oh, I hear it getting faster." And then he's like, "Okay, now I gotta go calm him down."
I don't know.
I don't know how he does it for me.
Sometimes I wonder if dogs actually have hearing like 5 times the amount that humans have, because my dogs
Like the spectrum.
don't. Yeah, they don't. Well, I wouldn't say dogs are on the spectrum. I'm just saying.
No, they
Yeah.
have a spectrum.
I think like I'll yell to my dogs sometimes and they don't hear me, and I'm just like, I don't know if that's selective hearing or they actually don't have hearing 5 times the amount that humans do.
Honestly, I think it's a respect thing.
Respect.
Yeah, I just don't think
my
that they
dogs don't respect me?
No,
More
Is
than
it
what
like
they're
the
focused
is
on.
it my tone? Like too many uptones and too
probably
few
just your
downtones?
authority. So dogs are pack animals, so they like put people in like order based off the pack. So like my dog knows where I stand versus where he stands. Have you tried biting your dog?
No. Only you do that, Zach.
Not only me, but I saw it on Snow Dogs. Do you remember with Cuba Gooding Jr.? The movie Snow Dogs?
Never seen that.
Oh.
Well, he had to eat his dog, I thought,
Yep.
because he had no food.
No. The wrong Cuba Gooding Jr. movie.
What? I was just gonna add. So service dogs, they have 300 million scent receptors, whereas humans only have about 5 million, and so they can. Oh yeah. They can detect changes in your blood pressure because of chemical changes, so they can smell your body releasing different levels of adrenaline, cortisol, and other biomarkers. And they also are trained to pay attention to behavioral cues of their person, which is, I think, is more specific to like, like people who have, what's it called, diabetes and like
seizures, epileptics, and stuff like that.
They
Yeah.
pay attention to dizziness.
Yeah,
they
so
can
most
smell
people shouldn't. So a lot of people will like, don't touch my service dog, and that's because the service that the dog is providing, it means that they cannot distract their attention from their owner. Whereas Boomer's a PTSD dog. So like, if I'm not actively having PTSD when I'm in the airports, when I'm in movie theaters, when I'm in like large groups of people and I can't see everyone, I don't know who's trying to kill me and I don't know who I can kill. Kind of like those are the thoughts that are going in my brain. The dog is able to be there to calm me down, to be like, all right, like I'm in reality, like I don't have to worry about, can I kill this person or are they going to kill me? Mm-hmm. But I let people pet him because like he just brings a lot of good in the world. I think I can't tell you how many children have been upset and then I just bring Boomer up and he sits and they pet him and, he puts a little pressure on him and he just does good for them. So,
he's good at his job.
He is good at his job. Well, right now he's sleeping on the job.
Do you pay him?
No, honestly, if we broke down like his contract with me, it'd sound a lot like slavery. And so I don't know if we should go into that. I mean, I provided my house and food and. But there's no like competitive wage.
But what about the people that like compare their dogs to kids, but then don't pay, like you're not paying him for anything?
Are you gonna pay Henry?
I mean, yeah, as soon as he's able to lift a brick.
Oh, we got a Boomer. Hold on. We have a guest.
Hi. How's it going?
Oh.
I brought lunch.
Oh.
Oh, amazing. McDonald's.
Oh. Yeah, we'll take that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you order that?
No.
Okay.
I don't know that I ordered that. Here, you can just. This is my wife, Sierra. Thank you, honey. Oh, perfect.
Thank you, Sierra.
There's the McDonald's.
Sweet.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. I don't even know what to say. You just intuitively knew that we were gonna need McDonald's. Perfect. Okay. Anyway, so service dogs. I feel like it's they're amazing. They're amazing.
Why are you laughing?
They're really good.
The French fries?
For all of you.
Perfect.
Nice. Thoughtful.
Thank you so much.
How do you know it's been so long since we've ever had McDonald's?
True.
So I have 13,000 points on my app.
13,000 points. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're now
Pass these
going the
guys
opposite
around.
direction.
Well, I mean, I don't know that I'd say the opposite. I think.
No, there's health benefits to McDonald's.
Actually,
I don't-
I think
Yeah.
the
McDonald's is one of the healthier of the fast food chains. They've like adapted a lot of the oils that they use when they're cooking and stuff lately.
Yeah.
When I was like super skinny, like when I first had my diet eliminated, I would just eat hamburger patties. I still do that actually. Like if I don't have time to make myself some sort of meat, I'll go to Wendy's, McDonald's. Used to go to Burger King a lot. I don't like theirs as much.
You like to have it your way?
Is that their motto?
Burger King.
Have it your way.
I think it's like the kings eat first or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So I still get like just straight up meat from them because it is good.
Yeah, I mean they're good.
Well,
for,
here's some
like,
straight up meat.
Yeah.
red blood cell production and everything.
Okay.
Amazing.
Thank you.
You're the best. So I heard, Riley, that the oil that they fry the fries in are, like, I know the fries last years, but there's like some healthy properties about them, like
Yeah.
something about amino acids or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, let me see what I can pull up.
Here, Chaz, actually, you can have this. That'll be good for you.
Yeah.
I just think,
The oil specifically, you said?
Yeah.
and I think like McDonald's is healthy.
Yeah.
You can live off of it.
Okay, I
With
don't
no
know how to pronounce
long-lasting
most
effects?
things, but it says that their oil is rich in lycopene, which is a powerful antioxidant. Helps with heart disease and certain cancers, so it's
Lycopene?
Lycopene, yeah.
lycopene. Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Lycopene, yep.
Zach says
The
lycopene.
biohacking community actually likes McDonald's above the rest of the fast food restaurants, I've heard.
Yeah.
Choline.
Choline's good.
Choline, other B vitamins, pectin.
Pectin could
Apparently,
be good
it's
or bad.
also the oil they're like adding. It's a lean protein source.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I
in the
know-
fries.
So,
That's
like, can we
crazy.
agree? Like, McDonald's is way better than what we were eating earlier.
Taste wise?
I mean, just overall, you just heard the lady.
Now let's see what Kale has.
I guess it depends on your goals.
I think you should ask, what's better for you, Kale or McDonald's? You're eating a lot more McDonald's than you are eating Kale.
Yeah.
Did you eat lunch before you came?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, here, there's plenty.
Thanks.
Yeah. Like I said, we like to break bread. I didn't know this was going to happen, but
Great interjection.
It's crazy that you haven't eaten fast food in like 5 years.
yeah, this is my first time. I feel like, you
You
know,
didn't
like,
plan for this?
no, I think that just like Chaz, when he looks at the Mountain Dew, like, you know, it's hard to resist. I know if I put that Mountain Dew within like 3 feet of his like 8-foot arm, he'd be able to grab it and then he would drink it down.
Well, I wouldn't drink hers, but if it was my own, yeah.
Is it because it's
Kinda.
diet?
That I drink it?
Yeah, or you just like are, yeah. Do you
Okay,
not like?
Kale versus McDonald's. So, kale is high in
won't.
fiber.
I won't.
I got this.
No, I seriously will not drink that.
No, that's okay.
Which one is that one?
Put it
Oh, the
there
Mountain
for
Dew. Okay, kale is high in fiber and antioxidants, but it's only 33 calories for a cup of it, so there's not really a point in eating it.
It's satiating,
Is it?
which means it fills
You
you
feel
up.
full? It says that it's also high in oxalates, which can interfere with calcium absorption and contributes to kidney stones. It can interfere with thyroid function, and it's ranked the dirtiest vegetable for pesticide contamination.
Yeah, so you should not be eating kale. I think you're onto something earlier when you were like, I'm not eating that.
Well, I wouldn't. Well, first off, like if we're looking at it from like a cost perspective, this probably costs like what, $6-7?
Allegedly.
How much does it cost?
$6-7.
Brown there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that a good guess? Or you just?
No, you did a good job.
I mean, you just bought it, so
yeah.
yeah.
So like, it.
It also comes from Mexico, which is a problem.
I would look at this like, what's
we're
the
gonna have to
purpose?
deport
It's
behind
actually
it?
$10.
$10.
$10.
Tariffs.
So there's a purpose behind eating. Like, what's the purpose? It's one, to fill your body and to give it the nutrients and building blocks it needs. Are like the main benefits of eating. And then, or I guess the main purpose, but then as a side benefit is you can eat some freaking tasty food. Like McDonald's. So this, let's say you're on a diet, like let's say you have a goal and your
Yep.
goal is to, let's say you're trying to lose weight or maintain weight or whatever it is. I would just make sure this is in line with your goals. So if, let's say you're going on a road trip, this is pretty low calorie. It's 170 calories for this whole thing, which is pretty low.
$10 for 170 calories. And the price per calorie is outrageous.
So if this is satiating and this gets you by, like as you're driving, and it cuts that craving, I think it's worth it. Because now you just had a snack that was 170 calories versus you could go grab a bag of M&Ms. I don't know, you name it. There's way more tasty things out there that you could get 500-600 calories in, like nothing.
like what?
just anything at the gas station. You go to the gas station, anything there, super tasty. You can get
So you
many
also
colors.
believe gas station food is better for you than kale?
It all depends on what you're trying to do.
I mean, so she just said that ChatGPT was saying McDonald's is better than kale. Do you agree with that?
I think it really, like, it depends on what you're trying to do. Like
Live.
like for me, if I eat McDonald's, like if I have one of their burgers or like let's say a crispy McChicken or whatever it's called, it makes my stomach hurt the next day. Like my stomach hurts the next day. And that's the only side effect that I notice. So if that's worth if the downside is worth eating it, and it's within my goal of calories, which right now I'm trying to cut calories, trying to get lean.
Doing a good job.
Huh?
You're doing a good job. You look lean.
Do I look leaner? Mm-hmm. Sick.
I mean, do you think your stomach hurting has anything to do with the, like, I don't remember what you said it was earlier.
The food?
When you were, like, a kid and things hurt your stomach?
Oh, yeah.
Just allergies?
Yeah, tummy aches.
Yeah, so there's just something in the McDonald's food that causes my stomach not to like it. And you can actually change your gut environment. It's called your microbiome.
Microbiomes?
Mm-hmm. So there's certain medications and supplements and whatnot that you can take to get your microbiome better.
Like clindamycin.
I don't know what it is, but I know how you track it, which is you send your poop off to a lab and they analyze it and they can tell you what levels of
I just did
bacteria.
that.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, how much was it?
It was free.
Really?
Yep.
Medicaid?
No. VA.
So they're gonna like look and see what.
Oh, they already did. They
Oh.
already called me. In fact, this morning I had to call. If you guys remember last episode.
Yeah.
So it turns out I have got some problems with my gut.
Oh, no.
And they don't stem from eating McDonald's because I clearly have not eaten McDonald's in like 5 years. But
Never.
if I had, still it'd be erroneous. What it turns out is that I have a pathogen, some bad bacteria,
That's high. That's at an elevated level.
extremely high. And it's causing me to have like bloody stool, watery stool, stomach.
So they get you on a
cramps.
plan.
Yeah, they gave me endomycin, which is what they put on babies when they're born on their eyes to prevent STDs.
So where do you have to put that?
It's a pill. Okay. Yeah. I'm taking the pill form. Babies, you just put the cream on.
Okay.
But I guess it would help if your baby has GI issues coming out the womb. Then we should just give them a little taste.
Sure.
Well, I guess it depends on their biome. You know, don't treat something that isn't broke.
I don't know about that. You did wear a mask, right?
During the period, yeah.
Yeah. Do you believe that was treating something that wasn't broke?
There's also a cultural thing. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Oh, okay, yeah. And let's be honest, like our culture, like dictates. Can we agree, like culture dictates probably more than what science or
It's like
math or-
87% of our decisions.
Yeah, at least. Or-
Your environment's huge in dictating what you do.
Do you believe that the only difference between, man and animals is that we can change our environment? Well, and opposable thumbs, but like other than,
Yeah.
we can actually affect our environment and create new ones, where animals just have to learn to exist in their own.
Yeah, but those are probably the only two reasons other than like 50 other good reasons, yeah.
Fair enough. So as you're on your health journey, right, and currently, you said you're trying to get leaner, which I think you're doing a great job. You haven't had any Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Are you interested? Could you
So-
give us a taste test?
No. But I will tell you, like, my motive behind not drinking this is 30 minutes after, I feel terrible. Like, I've gone periods of time where, like, I'll just drink water. It's called 75 hard. So I'll just drink water for a day, or a gallon of water a day, and then I work out twice, and then you eat clean. So
For 75 days?
straight. Yep.
And why not just do it for 365 days?
You can. That's called the Live Hard program.
Live hard program.
So it's for a year.
So you're
instead
always
of
hard?
75.
Yeah. Rock hard.
What does that look like?
Yeah, when you wake
Use
up.
your imagination. But
Were you harder?
I was sore throughout the whole entire thing. Like, I was freaking sore.
Did your partner at the time also do live hard?
I was single the first time I did it. Second time, my partner did do it, but she failed, and then I failed.
Did you blame her?
No,
Oh.
she was working. She got a job working at Bear
Like, were you angry? Were you like, you failed and then I failed because of you? Okay. That's just me.
That's good.
Okay.
Only Zach does that.
Okay. Well, fair enough.
But yeah, so my motive is like, I know tomorrow and 30 minutes after drinking this, I won't feel good. So
You think one sip would cause you to feel bad?
no, but
It's like a Pringle. Bet you can't have just one. You know what? Do you think Mountain Dew saved money by changing it to MTN instead of
Mountain.
writing out Mountain?
I think it was just a branding move.
Yeah, but like, do you think they were like, we could save a lot of money if we
I
just
didn't
called
think
it
about that.
MTN Dew?
They can rent smaller billboards.
Yeah.
I think they knew their target customer.
Were kids that were texting?
Mountain. Kids that were texting?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
How do you actually say Mountain Dew without the vowels?
Mm-mm.
Mountain. Mountain Dew.
So, one of the biggest reasons I think, we wanted to talk to you, other than your fascinating journey, like through this and like educating us kind of as you've gone along, is your biohacking, right? We kind of touched on that before. Can you tell us like what biohacking is and like how you're currently using it today and like what that does for you?
Yeah. We got to ask yourself why. So like I had a specific why. When I was 22, I noticed that I had this like, which this is not common at all, but I had just this drive issue. Like I just didn't have a lot of energy, didn't have a lot of drive. I was doing 75 hard, so like I was doing all of the things to be healthy, and my body just was like crashing. Which honestly, like it could crash in that state. Like a normal person, a normal healthy person can crash in that state, just because you're over exerting your
I've
body.
never crashed. Super healthy.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. I think it just depends on how your specific epigenetics, and like how you previously trained yourself. But anyway,
Epigenetics, what are those?
so you have a set of genetics that are gifted to you by your parents, and
My parents never gave me those.
Yeah, was that on your first
everyone
birthday?
has them. No, what? When your inception?
Oh, from Inception.
Yeah. So,
Like the movie?
yeah.
No, I'm just giving you.
Okay, really quick.
What's up?
We've been messing with you this entire time about the fast food.
What? That you guys have ate
That
fast food?
McDonald's is any better than Kale.
Yeah.
We told her to ask ChatGPT to basically tell us why Kale McDonald's would be better than Kale.
And
They
and
made
give-
me lie to you.
Well.
Yeah, we just wanted to see, one, you stood fast, which I think is like,
Did I?
yeah,
I don't even
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
yeah. You handled it very well.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Sweet.
Most people would have folded.
And said that.
I mean, I think you folded on the COVID stuff, but that's really just
Yeah.
whatever.
I think everyone folded then. Maybe select few didn't, but
Some people didn't.
yeah.
Multiple fold is felled.
Fell.
Felled.
Yeah.
Failed.
It's not folded.
What did I say?
Folded. It's felled.
All right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. No, we're just.
Yeah, I did not do well in English throughout. Actually, I failed English like my whole high school career, and I had to do makeup English my senior year, like 3 classes.
So is it like a get ready with me? You just sit there and then do English, make up English?
No, like I had to redo
Oh,
classes.
okay. I
Yeah.
didn't understand that.
Yeah, I didn't write an essay until my senior year.
No way.
Anyways.
I mean, I did horrible on the ACT. If that makes you feel any better.
Oh yeah, I probably did terrible too.
Yeah, I got a 19 on the practice, and I got a 16,
Oh.
and then I tried again, and I did even better. I got a 17.
I didn't do very well. I got a 32 the first time I took it,
Damn it.
and I forgot my calculator. And then the second time I got a 33.
Man,
Shoot.
that's horrible.
It's on a spectrum. There's a spectrum for a reason, in case anybody was wondering. What percentage of people get 33 on the ACT to take it? No, but I'm really interested in the peptides and the biohacking that you're doing.
Yeah, so, well, the epigenetics, going back to that, that's how your body responds to your environment. So
Yeah.
if you're feeding yourself McDonald's, your body's going to respond to that in a certain way. And so also, like, if you're exercising, you have epigenetics tied to exercising. And there's like a whole spectrum there of all these different individual factors of how your body can respond. And sometimes we're blessed in areas and sometimes we're not blessed. Sometimes our environment can't change, so we're stuck with the side effect of how our epigenetics respond to it. And this is where medications come in, or changing your environment, which is lifestyle. But it's a lot easier to take medication than it is to change your lifestyle.
What kind of medications are you currently on?
Currently, do you want the whole list? I don't know if I want to share that. It's a freaking list.
Oh,
Yeah, whatever you're
I
comfortable with
mean-
sharing, yeah.
do you get most of your medications in the streets?
Yeah, no. No. So, I got on testosterone. So
Congratulations.
I'm really freaking young to be on that, and I know it. It was a decision. It took me 3 years to decide to get on it.
Sorry.
Coming home from my mission, like I don't know what it was, but maybe it was the stress of the mission and the nutrition there, which was terrible. Their food was terrible there.
Was it scary being on mission?
On mission? No. Well, scary? Like, was I scared?
Yeah, like did people threaten your life?
No, dude, I was a giant over there.
Oh, yeah. 79 inches.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was good there. But
What's the average height of a Chilean?
Probably like 5.
Did you get any
7.
information about...
Yeah, so if you score 33, you're in the 98th percentile, so only 1 to 2% of ACT takers get that test score.
So, like my mom said, I'll never be good enough.
Dang.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, bro.
that's okay.
Average height of a Chilean for men is about 5'7", and women is about 5'2".
I called it. I said 5'7".
So, 67 inches versus 79 inches.
How many is that in centimeters?
188 centimeters. No, 190 centimeters. How far? What is it?
170.
170.
Dang.
I'm just giving you some of your own medicine.
I love medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're a giant, and your mission wasn't scary, but it was stressful. When you came back, you noticed. What'd you notice to make you want to start testosterone? Like other guys that are watching this right now, that are like, all right, like I think this might be something wrong. Like, what are some factors?
Yeah, well, I think it really just comes down to the symptoms. Like if you're a young kid, like in your 20s, all the way up to maybe your 30s, if you don't have any of the symptoms of low testosterone, and I wouldn't even worry about it. But if you notice that you have a lot of fatigue, you don't have as much drive or like motivation towards things. What else? There's a bunch of other things associated to it. Like if you're eating healthy and you're working out and you just aren't putting on muscle. So I would say those are things that would dictate that you should go get your blood checked.
Cole needs to get his blood checked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're Cole.
Last time my blood, it was pretty red.
No.
Yeah. Well, you just have to get it analyzed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your T is low.
Oh,
Could be. I don't know.
I didn't even. What color is it if your T is low?
It's still red. Just like not as dark.
Probably goes to blue.
Wouldn't it be more like pink?
Oh yeah, yeah. Low T is indicative of pink blood. Yeah, it's
I
indicative
didn't even
of low
think about
T.
it that way.
It's more feminine.
Dang.
What can you talk about the peptides and like what the biohacking of peptides are and what that does and how you get into that?
Yeah, before we move on, like
Yep.
if anyone's watching this, your testosterone, there's a range that they have on the blood work. It's going to be like 298 to like 950.
Not to be specific.
Yeah, it's probably like 957 if we're getting specific. But anyways, that is a average of all of the Americans that are quote unquote healthy. Now, I don't. When you walk into Walmart, like that's your average healthy American is most men there.
But that's not very healthy, right?
I wouldn't say so.
I don't know. There's some absolute units at Walmart.
Yeah, there could be, but like the majority of them, like the majority of the population that's quote unquote healthy, I don't ascribe that to be a healthy metric. So there's a whole bunch of different methodologies of like how much testosterone you should be on. What I've come to find is really it just depends on how you feel. Some people feel really good when they're well, I guess I got to give some reference here too. So there's what's called your total testosterone and free testosterone.
Which one's important?
They're both important, but
One of them comes from the government.
no, not necessarily. The free testosterone is the one that you look at to see what's available to go throughout your body to attach to the androgen receptors, which are all throughout your body. So if you don't have enough free testosterone, your body can't function right, because there's androgen receptors within your brain. I believe they're involved with the dopamine synthesis. So, which is where some people get their motivation back, is when they have proper levels of androgens within their system.
They're getting ample amount of dopamine based off what they're doing throughout the day.
So the range for the free testosterone is, I believe it's 25 picograms per deciliter to 50. That typically puts your free testosterone anywhere between 900 to 1500. So that's where I feel best, but really you just have to test it out. Some people feel really good when their free testosterone's in the normal range, and maybe they feel better when it's in the higher range. So that you just kind of have to do your own testing there to figure that out.
Doesn't taking testosterone when you're young affect fertility?
Yeah, it can.
Can.
Yeah, so it's...
Are you worried about that?
No. So you have what's called your HPTA axis, your hypothalamus pituitary axis. That is the connection between it's the connection between your pituitary to your balls. Basically, there's a hormone that's secreted that stimulates your balls to work. So that's called luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone.
Okay.
When you take testosterone, it cuts that pathway off. So there's a road, and it freaking destroys the road. Can destroy the road. It doesn't happen in all men, but I would say the majority, like 80% of men, it will completely make them. It'll take 90% of their fertility away. So it's always still on that pathway.
Why are you not concerned? Adoption?
No. So
You wouldn't adopt?
well, yeah, I don't know. Freak. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I'm that old. Ready to do that.
Cole's dad must have had poor luteinizing
Something like that.
testosterone, yeah.
But so there's mimics to those hormones that you can get from pregnant ladies. So it's called HCG, human chorionic gonadotropic. So it's a natural. It's called a mimetic. So it performs the same function as luteinizing hormone, I believe. Then there is, so that one can keep your testes alive while you're on testosterone if you're trying to maintain fertility. You run that one from it's like 750 IU to 3000 IU a week.
Just saying you take that along with testosterone.
Right. You don't mix them, but you take them.
What do you mean you don't mix them?
So you don't mix the testosterone and the HCG together. You can't, because one's water based, one's oil based.
Oh yeah,
Testosterone's
You're saying
oil-based.
you just take them separately.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that rebuilds the road?
So
Or maintains the road.
So the road's still down.
Okay.
It helicopters freaking luteinizing hormone to your balls.
No way.
Yeah. So you can keep
That's
them
legit.
active. Most men who just
So HCG is like the Navy SEALs of of hormones?
Yeah, just drop in, do your job.
Cool.
A downside to HCG is it can raise your estrogen a lot. Like, it's
Which there are a lot of estrogen in nuts, right?
estrogenic compounds.
There's no estrogen
Yeah,
in
there's
nuts?
actually not.
Oh. That was just a myth?
In
Yeah,
your
I think
nuts?
so.
Or like,
Like pistachios.
Yeah. Cashews.
I think that's only
Walnuts.
in soy. Like soybeans.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I thought you were talking about like nuts, like
We should use technical terms.
derogatory term for balls.
Nuts is not the derogatory term.
What's the derogatory
I feel
term?
like both of those are derogatory. The derogatory term.
Would you prefer if we said scrotum or testes?
But that's aren't they different?
No, yeah, the scrotum is the sac in which the testes sit.
in which?
Oh,
You never-
probably.
She's thinking about it right now. That makes us all uncomfortable.
Just Google it.
Oh,
I'm the only girl in here. I should be the one that's uncomfortable.
oh my heck.
No, we're
Some of us
very-
have higher testosterone than you, probably.
Probably.
Yeah,
I hope
And
so.
some of us have higher estrogen than you.
That's
guess.
what I meant.
I honestly probably do right now, but
Have you been taking estrogen
I don't
or
take.
any HCG or anything like that?
Yeah, so I've been taking HCG to maintain fertility. There's a cool benefit too, is if you run a higher dose of HCG, you can actually make your balls produce more testosterone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So common protocol for like the deciding factor of if you should get on testosterone is run an HCG cycle and in clomiphene citrate. Not Clomid. It's in clomiphene citrate. There's a difference.
Obviously.
Yeah. So, but that doctors don't know that. They think in clomiphene's Clomid. So, anyways, do not, if you're a guy, don't take freaking Clomid. You'll turn into an emotional bee. Your testosterone might raise, but you're gonna get side effects. It's not worth
You
it.
guys take it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, all the time.
Like without realizing what they're doing?
Well,
Is that
it's
what you
it's
mean
the
by, like-
doctor? They just trust their doctor. And
Is that conspiracy then? Because usually,
conspiracy in what?
well, yeah, usually when people say don't trust the doctor on this or the doctors aren't right on this, usually it's like quote unquote conspiracy because supposedly doctors know everything, right? Or not literally everything.
Do you think doctors are prepared for biohackers? Or do you think they're uncomfortable because, like for you, you're obviously extremely well versed on the topic. Do you believe that you could go talk to an endocrinologist and like have a conversation with them that you both understand?
Yeah, for sure. But I think that they just have different motives. They're
Trying to make money.
Yeah, they're trying to make money, but they're also trying to do it reliably. And so they don't want to go outside of their box. Even though it may be safe, like they're in this size box right now, they may be able to go to like this size and still be safe, but they're still here because that's all they were taught. And so, but sometimes you get really good.
So you think you were taught better than the doctor?
I'm not saying that. I don't know the doctor, but I think that there are some good endocrinologists who are very knowledgeable, but I also think there's some that are just, they have a job and
They're just doing their job.
yeah, and maybe they're not. There's TRT protocols from the 70s and 80s where they would literally give you one shot every 2 weeks, which is terrible. I should be doing more, but I do it twice a week to keep my testosterone stable. Mine looks like this, but if you're doing it every 2 weeks, it looks like this, and then it crashes, and then you get another one. So, anyways, your body goes through hell when that happens. So there's just so much advancement in it that doctors, I believe, that are in that position can't keep up. So I'm not saying that's
Where do you
all
get
of them.
most of your data from?
I
Like Reddit?
do a lot of research, just a lot. So I don't subscribe to just one person who says anything.
Yeah.
I'll go in, research, extract all of that from their YouTube video or article or whatever, and I'll question every single freaking thing everywhere.
Yeah.
And I cross-reference it. So if I get like a consensus of data of like, okay, this is the general thing, I basically am plotting my map so that I can make decisions now for myself. I now know enough.
Do Do you think you're at the point where you can not only make decisions for yourself, but decisions for others based off blood test and symptoms that they're giving you?
I'm not a doctor, but I could give you a really good, from what I know, yeah. But I don't know if it's the safest or wisest.
Yeah. No, and
You're saying like
just
diagnose people?
yeah, well, not diagnose, but create a plan. Help create a plan. You know, I think Chaz has a very unique ability to conduct research and then synthesize that research and then pull more data from that and then find the veracity of the information. He does cite, you know, we've talked about it and offline. We've personally like gone through this and you know, the data that he's getting is all, it's like it's studied by universities or independent doctors, or they're not being paid to do anything. They're in the most time they're spending their own money, right, to conduct some of the research in order to publish.
It depends on the study. Yeah, there's lots of peptides, for instance, where there's no money to be made. So there's like, what's the ROI other than benefiting the human race? So there's.
Do you think celebrities have been taking peptides for a long time?
Yeah, for sure.
What are peptides?
So a peptide is just a conglomerate or like a combination of different amino acids in a certain sequence. So I don't know how many amino acids there are. I think it's like 23 or something like that.
Explain amino acids one more time for a fifth grader. For the fifth graders that are listening.
An amino acid is a building block for protein. And protein is like your skin, any organ throughout your body has amino acids in it.
Okay.
And how we get that initially is from our mothers, but then we have to eat food.
That's why you didn't get yours, Cole.
You never gave them to me because I'm adopted?
Yes.
Damn it.
You missed out on your amino acids.
But, so our body creates peptides on its own. And peptide is just a classification of a freaking molecule. But, you know, so.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think a fifth grader got that.
That was really high level. I wasn't talking to a fifth grader.
No. Have you played Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
No.
They're pretty smart.
Yeah, they're pretty smart. You'd be
Well,
pretty. Can you find like the hardest question that they've asked on Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
We can do our own little.
Yeah, we should. You should ask us some
Speaking
questions.
of ChatGPT, what do you think of ChatGPT for like medical research? Because I'd assume, especially with OpenAI and the company that they are, they lean a lot more towards what doctors believe. You know,
Yeah, but the ability to point it at something like Reddit would lead you, or other forums, you could input forums and then
You totally could.
then it'll give you a consensus of whatever that is.
Do you agree with that? Like, have you done research through chat?
Yeah, I wouldn't take chat as the end all be all answer. Like if you asked it a straight point answer, I wouldn't take that. But
Yeah.
you can use it as a reference point.
Yeah.
So
It's also really good for making bullcrap things like Kale being worse than
Yeah, it gives you,
McDonald's.
like, yeah.
It's really good for
So
that.
good.
Okay, are you smarter than a fifth grader? Question 1. What is the longest river in the United States?
The Mississippi River.
Snake River.
It is the Missouri River.
Knew that.
Question 2. How many planets are in the solar system?
8.
that's what I was gonna say.
Depends what year you're asking. 9, including Pluto.
Post 2006.
Oh, 2006.
8.
Okay.
And that's without Pluto. Who was the first person to sign the Declaration of Independence?
John Hancock.
George Washington.
Thomas Edison.
John Hancock.
Dang it.
Oh really?
What is the chemical formula for water?
H2O.
I hope that you two would also get that.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking it was
I don't know.
H2O.
I don't know. His ability to talk about hemoglobin and peptides and polyamines.
Okay,
definitely
question
didn't go
5.
away.
What is the smallest prime number?
2.
I would not have known that. What is the past tense of teach?
Taught.
Tetch.
How many branches of government are there?
3.
Answer last. Dang it.
Yeah.
I know.
You're
You're
smarter
too
than a
involved
fifth
in this.
grader.
Yeah.
Wait, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader for adults?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
it
premise
was.
of the show.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
No, I just wanted to, but like,
He just wanted to flex real quick.
Dang.
no, I got
last
5th
one.
grade education.
The Great Wall of China was primarily built to protect against invasions from which group?
Mongolians.
I was going to say
Why
Mongolia.
do you know that?
Because he
Mongols.
lived in Mongolia.
I did. Spent 4 months living there.
Fine then. Who wrote The Adventures of Tom Sawyer?
Tom Sawyer. That was Mark Twain.
What is? Dang it. I wanted those to be harder
Freak.
for you.
Did you know all of these, Riley?
I would have forgotten Prime Number, and I would not have known that John Hancock was the first person to sign.
That's
the
why they call it
Declaration of
a John
Independence.
Hancock, because he was the first one to sign.
That makes
Oh.
sense.
Well, I thought it was because it was huge. No, the signature.
That's what she said. I'm glad we could share in that. Yeah. So, anyways, so yeah, I think you explained it at a 5th grade level. Can we all agree? I would totally kick a 5th grader's ass. Do you believe that?
That'd be kind of mean too.
I mean, like physically, mentally.
Did you feel better after that?
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
You need that kind of
you
ego
always
boost
think-
too.
Yeah, for sure. Retired special forces guy. Like it's
Beating a
just
5th
yeah,
grader.
yeah. It's actually a good look.
Can you beat a 5th grader new TV show?
Yeah. It's just me with like rock'em sock'em like fist, like Hulk fist punching out 5th graders.
That's crazy.
How many do you think I could beat up before my shoulder gave out? That'd be the real question.
Like in a row, or like they're all coming at you?
Oh, I'd be better if they all came at me.
That's crazy.
A lot less would die that way.
What kind of weapons would you have?
No, Hulk fists.
Oh,
Like the ones you buy
So
from
your
Toys R
fists.
I
Us.
doubt they'd have
Oh.
any strategy other than to dogpile you.
But
depends how old the 5th
what's the
grader
average
is.
size of a 5th grader?
Like 5 foot.
Chilean.
What's the guess?
5'7".
I'm gonna say, we'll say about
4'6" to 5 foot.
For boys, it's 4'8" to 4'10". For girls, it's 4'9" to 4'11". Fun fact about me, this is 5th graders. So by 7th grade, I was as tall as I am now.
so something completely irrelevant to being 5th grade.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
like
Really?
a grade later, when I was this age though. I was 11.
Is 5th grade is 7th grade after 5th grade?
But listen, I was 11 years old. I was really young for my grade, so at that same
get it,
time
you're
that everybody
tall.
You
else was
stood out
4'10",
like a sore thumb.
it was really horrible.
Were you self-conscious about it?
Yeah.
That's hard. Too many amino acids.
Yeah, is there a
Too many
peptide that
amino
could
acids.
fix that?
Well, they
The
thought
height?
I was going to
Yeah.
be 6'4", and then it just like stopped. So maybe I stopped eating amino acids.
What's your current stack of peptides that you're currently taking? I can share mine after you share yours, or if you want me to share mine first.
Man, my dream list or the ones I'm actually on?
No, the ones you're actually, yeah. I know you want to take
That's a
Redogen.
crazy statement.
What? Renage? What'd you say?
Reddit.
Oh yeah, I'm on that one.
Oh, you are?
Uh-huh.
That's good. So yeah, go ahead, give your current.
Yeah,
best.
so right
and,
now
and then how much you pay?
I don't know off the top of my head. But so right now I'm on N-acetyl slank amidate as well as N-acetyl Samax amidate.
What do those do?
So they're cognitive peptides. They, I believe they influence your epigenetics to,
They do.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so they influence your epigenetics to kind of rewire your brain, promote neurogenesis. That's like what they do mechanistically, but
They increase neuroplasticity.
yeah,
So in Europe, Slank and
Samax.
CMAX were used to give to TBI, stroke patients, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's been used in Russia and Ukraine for a while. So it's just something that American doctors won't go to because they're afraid it works.
Yeah.
They can't monetize it.
Why can't they monetize it?
I don't know the reason. Well, they can. You can get it through what's called a compounding pharmacy.
Oh yeah. I've worked with a compounding pharmacy as a client.
We
Yeah.
thought about buying one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'd be a good investment. Based off the
Wait,
conversation.
so why would you work through a compounding pharmacy opposed to other places? You just don't know about the other places to get it from?
Well, if you're trying to get it prescribed, like we were talking about, like doctors don't use it. Well, the first reason why doctors don't use it, they're not educated on it, so they don't know anything about it.
Doctors are never educated.
The common like consensus, well, they're educated. It's just the scope of what they're educated on. But what was I getting at? Oh, most doctors, like when they hear of like foreign medications or this supplement, that, they're like, whatever. Because they're used to drugs that like people take it and it does stuff. Like they're potent. So
Oh, like immediate.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what doctors are used to, and like that's what
Instant gratification,
Do you think doctors should have continued education like every year?
don't they?
I think every human should.
Oh wow, you're going a step further.
Yeah, I think every.
You think they should? Like they should be forced to?
I think it should just be an internal drive.
Like, what if the board that reviews them is like, you're not getting. You can't be a doctor this year if you don't go to continuing education. But you know, it'd be funny. It'd just be put on by like Big Pharma or Big Tobacco or something like that anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to find doctors who have core values of continually striving to improve. I find that they're the best to work with because they learn from their past failures. They can kind of set their ego aside and learn from it. And ultimately, you get a better outcome working with doctors like that.
Yeah. So continue talking about your stack that you're taking. So Slink, Samax. What else are you on?
Retatrutide.
Retatrutide. And what does that do?
Retatrutide.
Is that what's making you skinny?
Yeah, it's helping.
Wait, what is that?
Retatrutide.
And that's an amino acid?
It's a peptide. So
Okay.
this one's a synthetic peptide, so it's not naturally found.
Man-made.
Right.
Got it.
So it can be patented. So anyways, so pharmaceutical companies have patented this. And
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
that they patented it?
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to make money off it. So,
Good for them.
yeah. I mean, I think these getting into peptides, they work.
Yeah.
And they have very little downside.
Yeah.
I don't know of any peptides that are like just crazy that like get you messed up. I haven't heard of any cases. Now, I haven't seen a lot of cases either. I've done a lot of research, but the retatrutide, there are side effects to it in some people. There's a bell curve.
Yeah.
Like the majority of people in the meat section of the bell curve.
He really thinks that you're having a tough time right now
Yeah, I am. But
because you're not 75 hard.
yeah. But yeah, so the peptides are great. The reason I'm using retatrutide and what it is it's a weight loss medication. That's what it's advertised as, but it does other things. So it has 3 components to it. I'm gonna butcher this probably, but it's like GIP, GLP-1, and then something. I can't remember the third one, but basically what these do, GLP-1 is a receptor in your body that this peptide goes and it attaches to, and it's all throughout your whole entire body. But ultimately what happens is it makes you less hungry, is what the GLP-1 does. GIP slows your gastric emptying out, meaning food now just goes slower through you.
It doesn't hurt your body at all?
No, it can cause side effects, like constipation is one, but that's typically due to like hydration and what you're eating. Let's see. With the slowing down of the food going through you, like you just get full quicker because it's not moving through you as fast, and it's like staying in you, so you feel full. And then the last one, and this is why retatrutide's freaking amazing. It goes into your liver and it upregulates the production of what's called glucagon. Glucagon, don't quote me on this. This is just how I'm remembering it.
We're quoting you.
Yeah, do your own research, please. It's the thing that's able to process your fat as fuel. So it like upregulates. So it's almost like you're preferring fat instead of
Carbohydrates.
yeah, or
Like what you're wanting?
No, what
it's
your
like
body's
your body
utilizing to produce energy.
Yep.
Interesting.
yeah. So that it kind of instead of it like wanting carbohydrates, it'll go to the fat side.
It's a real life fat burner.
Yeah, retatrutide. This is from my experience. I've tried tirzepatide. That one makes me not eat a lot, which you do get skinny on it. Don't get me wrong. Like you can lose weight on it, but not eating made me so tired.
Yeah.
It was like
Because your body runs on food.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the other one, it doesn't.
Who knew?
It doesn't inhibit your appetite as much, and it also doesn't slow your track down as much.
Yeah.
But the fat loss on it is like amazing.
Really?
It's freaking sick. Yeah.
On tirzepatide?
No, on retatrutide.
Oh, really?
But that one, it's not FDA approved yet. Which
But the FDA is like
They're the
bunch
same
of-
ones. Yeah.
They wouldn't have patented it if it wasn't going to make money,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm.
So once it's patented, like they put up the how it's made and whatnot,
Mhm.
and so that's where these compound pharmacies are able to reverse engineer and then produce it.
Make their own version, basically, or the same
It's the
thing?
exact same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So there's gonna retatrutide when they eventually release it, which is like 2026 probably.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. They're gonna brand it, so they're gonna name it something. Like
Mhm.
tirzepatide was named Mounjaro. There was like 3 different brand names for it,
Mm.
but it was all the exact same thing. But tirzepatide is really cool. Like if you have like an addiction, like it's kind of funny. It like rewires your brain. So like any sort of addiction, tirzepatide can help in low doses, like alcohol, you name it. So
Yeah.
That's
anyways.
interesting.
But yeah,
So you're on Selink, Samax,
retatrutide.
retatrutide. What else are you taking?
That's kind of the stack right now.
Okay.
I kind of sprinkle in tirzepatide if my appetite gets too noisy. Yeah.
What recently you just got prescribed Vyvanse. What do you think about using like methamphetamines?
I think if there's a symptom that needs to be addressed, yeah, address it.
Which in your response, what has the Vyvanse done for you?
This is kind of so there's a dosing strategy for it. Like they typically start you anywhere between 10 to 12. 10 to 20 milligrams is typically what you start on. I started on 20 milligrams. I wasn't noticing a whole lot. I noticed that I was slightly happier throughout the day, which was cool.
Yeah.
And then I upped to 40. Noticed that I was slightly happier again. Wasn't really getting more stuff done, but I wasn't also doing anything. I was driving, so I was driving from Colorado back.
Like sitting a lot?
Yeah, I was sitting a lot.
Yeah.
And you were just happier sitting.
Yeah. Yeah, like typically I'd just like run through my head of like, not necessarily why my life sucks, but like all the problems that like I have to fix.
On your drive from here to Colorado, you just thought about why your life sucks.
No, well, I say that, but it's like, these are all the problems in my life, which are like why it sucks, you could say. But like, I was still doing that, but like happy about it.
Yeah, you're like,
Like, oh, there's like, it felt like
I
there's
live with
hope,
my
but
parents upstairs, and I'm okay with that.
No, I'm not okay with it, but like figuring out how to be okay with it in the moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly, I think with the way the economy is, it's just like, if my parents or my in-laws had a big enough house in a convenient location, I would definitely be living there right now.
Yeah, my parents and my in-laws definitely don't have a big enough house, so that's not a
Yeah.
problem. It's only like 13,000 square foot. Just really, there's not
Dang.
enough space for them.
Do
And
they take up a lot of space?
yeah, I mean, there's just really not enough space, I think,
That
for
sucks.
How many dogs do they have?
5.
That's like most of the house.
Exactly. I mean, each dog has its own bedroom
Dang.
and then bathroom.
And the bedrooms are like huge,
Yeah,
1,000 square feet each.
maybe like 700 or 800 square foot
Okay.
each with their own. Yeah,
Lucky dogs.
yeah. It's one of those things where like I'd be living there, but I just not enough space.
Yeah.
Golly. All right. So I upped my dose to 60 milligrams yesterday.
Yep. And how you feeling on 60?
Well, so I was doing some research on it. There's like, according to Wikipedia, no, just according to my research.
Which is less reliable than Wikipedia.
Yeah. The consensus on ADHD meds is like there's a range. Like when you get to the upper end of the range, like they become less effective. And then there's like a sweet spot of like that you try to hit. What I found on the higher dose is like, I think my dopamine was so high that I was just satisfied, just like,
You were satiated, literally doing nothing.
yeah, to the point where like when I mean, I could focus, don't get me wrong, like my mind.
How'd you feel when you were getting things done? Like as you were checking off boxes of things that you needed to do, did you feel more rewarded, less rewarded? Did you feel like you needed more boxes to check?
I mean, this is the only benefit I noticed. My mind wasn't as jumpy. Like I could sit down on the computer and like just freaking focus on that.
So you have ADHD.
Probably, I don't know. But I noticed like on it, like my mind was quiet, which was like crazy. Like I did the 60 milligrams on Sunday, and I remember like waking up, and after it, like I took the Vyvanse, and after it kicked in, I remember like being outside, and I was like, it's quiet. Like, it's freaking quiet. What the heck? And it was just me and my thoughts. Or just my...
Based off that, I mean, do you think 60 is a sweet spot, or do you think it's a little too high?
I don't know. I guess it depends on which one you're more productive in. So, or like what gets you in a state where you're more stable to be productive?
Based off your and Vyvanse is a list dexamethasone. Based off your experience with amphetamines, would you pursue it?
Pursue it?
Yeah.
Like
any more amphetamines?
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. As long as the benefits outweigh the downsides.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, I definitely want to try like Ritalin or Adderall. Like, I want to see how they work because
Those are methylphenidate salts, right?
Yeah. Well, they're a combination of both, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, but there's reuptake inhibitors, and then there's the ones that help synthesize the dopamine. I don't know.
Which one's which?
Yeah, I can't remember. But Adderall has like a combination of both, I hear, if I'm remembering correctly. So that one's sweet.
Yeah, it's like one molecule difference from methamphetamine.
Really?
Yep. Would you consider that?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if I'm better for it, like if I'm more productive, and I didn't realize how noisy my brain was.
Do you think like that's where we're at with Americans, that we just have such a stigmata, or would you say
Stigmatism.
We have such an astigmatism to like what drugs do.
What would this country be without an ism?
Yeah, like they have to, like everything has to be bad. I mean, like if you have a platform right now, and we want you to say what you want to say about it, but would you want more Americans to do more research on their own bodies and health, and like take that into their own hands, or do you think that they should leave it up to the hands of these uneducated doctors?
I think what it all comes down to is we're all advocates for our own health. There's a quote that I like. Trying to remember it.
Did you take your Vyvanse today?
I only did 40.
That's why I can't remember.
Why does it make you not remember?
No, I don't think you did enough.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. I think your recall would be better if you took more.
Interesting. Off it, like I feel like my recall's amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
You feel like it's worse with it?
Yeah, but like my mind's empty, which is like nice. I don't know. Like, I think it's individual because like I only have my brain.
Yeah.
You know
Results may vary.
Yeah.
That's an important.
Results may.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my mind gets quieter, but maybe I don't recall as well. But
Interesting.
personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion. So that's the quote. So with that, I think that we should be personally excellent in our health, finances, relationships, and spirituality.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I think here on Politik, that's exactly what we believe. And I think that that's something that we try to show by example, and not just like allow people to be like, oh, those guys just say it. Like, oh, he says he hasn't had fast food in 5 years.
I was like, there's no way. There's no freaking way.
No, that was seriously the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
You're BSing me.
No.
He's totally BSing you.
Yeah, I had
You're so
McDonald's
retarded.
on the way here. No,
You're like, oh yeah, you set this whole thing up, whatever. I was like,
Yeah, he called me. He's like, bro, I've got a really good
I've
idea.
got a good
I was
idea.
like, okay.
but no, we appreciate having you on. I think hearing like about your story and obviously there's a lot of different things. The cool thing about this podcast is we're able to branch off into different tangents, right? Which for people like all of us, which I think we all have like some form of ADHD, and the viewers have probably the same if they clicked on this. They understand that like there's so much that we don't know, which we don't know about. And like something as simple as like making McDonald's healthier than Kale could easily be pressed upon them. You know, like right now, people believe that it's healthier to vape than it is to smoke cigarettes. Like
Which research is starting to show that it's the opposite.
it's the opposite,
so
yeah.
people are trying to go back to smoking.
Which we support. And I think that I'm just kidding. No, but like we support. Like no, it's actually kind of in line with something you said. Like if you think methamphetamines are like provide a service to you, and the cost is worth the benefit, you do a cost benefit analysis on there and you decide that it's worth it, I think that then it's good. But if it's not, then you should probably leave it behind.
Yeah, and that's individual. So us as individuals, we have to use our free agency.
What if you had 4 minutes to just talk about anything you want to talk about, what do you want to talk about?
In 4 minutes?
We really have like 10 minutes, but I just want to.
Now you've got 3 minutes and 55 seconds.
Yeah. 53, 52.
I didn't plan. I'm trying to think of like a message.
It doesn't have to be a message, just anything that you feel.
Maybe what would your message have been, or what would you have said to yourself, like 5 years ago?
Yeah. Oh, that's super cool. The reason I like that question, because there's a quote I really like, and it's that the version of you today is best equipped to help the previous version of you. But in that story, I feel like I went through a lot of pain throughout this journey. I learned a lot through it too, which means I can help so many other people with it. But like if we're going back to like 16-year-old me, I would tell him, focus on your protein. Make sure you're aiming to get 200 grams a day, which is difficult. I would have showed him like, just freaking go get ground turkey or tuna or hamburger, whatever you like, and just get 200 grams of protein that way, or eggs are really good ones. Focus on getting 80% of your nutrition as whole foods, and then the rest can be whatever.
Like Harmon's or Smith's or...
No, like whole foods, as in like turkey. Turkey is just one ingredient.
Okay.
So rice is one ingredient. So whole foods, like
Gotcha.
Banana, yeah. Not necessarily like Harmon's or Walgreens. Whole Foods.
Or Whole Foods.
Yeah, only shop at Harmon's.
Shout out to Harmon's.
Yeah. Let's see. I'd tell them to focus on resistance training, posture, because I don't know about you, but like when you sit in a car, you like hunched over.
Not necessarily in a car. I have noticed though the last few weeks that if I work on my computer for a long time, my sternum will get really, really tight, and then when I sit up straight, it pops now.
Yeah. Costochondritis.
I need to look up whatever that is.
Yeah. Does it hurt?
Sometimes. Sometimes it'll pop worse and it'll be sore for a few days.
Yeah. Yeah, I struggle with the same thing. Yeah. Like if I bench press a lot, my ribs will start popping out of place.
What's a lot for you to bench press?
Today I was repping... What is that? 180? No, 195, something like that. I was repping.
How many inches is that?
Up and down. like 3/4.
Shut up.
It's about 3/4. Were you joking?
3/4 of an inch.
Yeah. Cole clearly has never seen a gym.
I actually go every day, but
Cole, how
I
much can you bench
a
press?
lot. It's like I can bench press like 8 inches solid.
Yeah. Solid 8 inches.
You're solid while benching.
He's 75 hard, dude.
I actually cannot bench press more than like freaking, how much is the bar?
45.
45. I can bench press 95 pounds. That's not very much. My problem is I can't figure out how to put more weight on me. Cause like you can't just like freaking.
It's honestly,
you can't like
it's
work
calories.
out really hard and then expect to gain muscle and gain more muscle than your food is giving you, I guess. So my
Correct.
problem is I can't eat it. Like I'm struggling to eat enough.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of getting on Prozepatide to start losing. Just kidding. No, I need to figure out how to get more calories in that don't make me feel bad. Because like people are like, oh, you can like dirty bulk, and I've dirty bulked, but it like
if you just
don't
focused
feel
on
good.
protein, like if you just said, how much do you weigh?
145, 150.
That is so freaking easy. All right, so you go to freaking Walmart, whatever, wherever you shop, get ground freaking turkey,
Okay.
and you cook up 1.5 pounds, and you have to eat that throughout the day. Now you could put it in whatever
Every day.
every day
That's how much I need.
Hmm?
1.5 pounds.
of lean protein,
Lean protein. Okay.
and you'll put on mass, especially if you're training hard.
We've got a lot of elk at home. That has a lot of protein.
Elk.
It's very lean.
Yeah, elk's good.
That's dope. So, and that's better than protein drinks, protein bars, and that is all the protein you need in the day?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be, leucine is an amino acid. That's like your most important amino acid.
Leucine?
Yeah.
Lysine?
What- Is it?
Lysine. Lysine.
What did I say?
Leucine.
Isn't it spelled Leu? Leucine?
Lucerne.
Lysine? No, I'm pretty sure it's leucine.
We have.
It's a branch.
Leucine is one of the 3 essential branched chain amino acids.
How do you spell it?
Leucine.
What is lysine? Lysine.
Also an essential amino acid.
Oh.
Leucine
You are
and
both
lysine.
correct.
Leucine.
There's two
We're,
different ones.
I
yeah.
know. But leucine is the.
You did a good job,
Leucine.
Dr. Chaz.
There has to be a threshold of 2 grams, I believe, for like to get the most muscle protein synthesis. So most protein shakes, they do what's called amino spiking,
Yeah.
where they'll get a really cheap amino acid that isn't essential, and they'll like spike because it's really cheap. They'll just load it with that one amino acid.
Yeah.
A really good brand I like for protein shakes is Gorilla Mode.
Gorilla mode.
Yeah. Yep. If you look up Gorilla Mode protein, it's at GNC.
Okay.
They have their protein powder tested, so you know exactly what's in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can get whole food in, it's better.
Yeah.
But some people like the convenience of a protein powder. So
I struggle to eat my protein, and I have a small appetite. So, but 1.5 pounds of turkey.
if you're working your body out, your body's gonna start getting hungry because it's like
I am though. That's the crazy thing. Like this last week, I ran 2 to 3 miles
Are you lifting
3
heavy, though?
times. Yeah, maybe.
Well,
Maybe I'm not lifting hard enough.
I would say you increase the intensity.
Running isn't very conducive to gaining muscle mass.
Yeah, but my thought process is if I'm running and because I'm prepping for a marathon and I'm trying to gain muscle and working out at the gym every day.
You want a cool endurance drug?
Yes.
It's,
Meth.
No, it's called Cardarine.
Cardarine.
Yeah, I can't remember the chemical name. GW 501516.
Whoa. GOW 5.
GW 501516.
Okay.
Cardarine. I'll hook you up.
Dope.
But that one's pretty sick. It gives you like a ton of endurance.
Really?
Yeah, it's banned in the Olympics.
Really?
Yeah, you want some?
Yeah. Wait, what is it? Does it have side effects?
If you take it for long periods of time, yes. But if you have to cycle it.
Yeah.
So if you take it every single day, you're gonna have problems.
Yeah. What do you think of creatine?
Creatine's good.
I feel like everyone says it's good. I've never heard of anyone be like it's not good for you.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it absolutely is good. I mean, it gives you everything. I mean, you're just holding a lot of water though.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. If you feel good on it, great. You know, some days I'll do it. Like I'll get on a creatine hype and then I'll drop it.
Yeah.
I don't really notice anything though.
Yeah. As they say it's like 7 to 15% increase or something like that. So it's not like anything that you probably would notice
Yeah.
short term. Cool.
What else would I freaking tell my young self? Yeah, eat healthy, drink lots of water. I used to never drink water. Like I don't know how I did it. I'd work construction all day. Like it would be like honestly a 16-hour day, and I wouldn't drink water. I don't know how I survived.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't drink water.
Drinking a 12-pack of Mountain Dew?
Well, sometimes yeah, I'd drink soda. I don't know how I was surviving. I do not know. Yeah, I'd tell my younger self to shoot for a gallon a day.
What would you tell yourself today?
Today?
Yep.
Like future me?
Yep.
Go make some money.
Go make some money.
Hustle.
Hell yeah. That's good.
We're about hustling.
Yeah.